A wonderful day yourself, wherever you are. This morning there has been a thought on my mind that I just wanted to let go, and therefore I decided to talk about it. And this idea itself is to break the wall. And I was listening to a Korean band whose song I have already put on this page. So if you'd like to listen to it, then please do that. It's the chorus part, which talks about breaking the wall. And it has been on my mind for a while now. And I just really feel that it is not only me who is interested in this topic, but some of you might actually be in that phase in your life when you feel that there is a wall, or maybe that there might be layers of walls that you would like to break. And let me share some of my experiences in connection with that to you. So it's been a 3-year long journey that I have been on, and there have been an incredible amount of walls because I believe that the way I used to think, the way I used to perceive the world, the way I was just looking at things was very different from how I see them now. But it has been a very long process, and I know that if you decide to step on this path, to change things around you and to break down those walls, then it's not going to take one day. It's going to take a while to get to the point when that wall actually falls down, because you are going to take small steps. You're going to take time to actually get to the point when you feel that you're ready to get to the other side of that wall. And I think this is another important thing, because we have a lot of things on our minds that we would like to achieve. There are a lot of things that we would like to experience, a lot of things that we would like to just share with the world, but there is a fear in many people. There used to be a lot of fears that I myself experienced, and these fears were just hindering me from actually taking those steps that I had to take, because I was telling myself that what if people think that I'm crazy? What if people think that I'm just not good enough? What if it's not perfect? And let me be honest with you. I don't think now, at this very position where I'm talking from, that things ever get perfect. Because once it is perfect, you feel that there is just no room for improvement. Maybe if you look at it in the way that at this moment it is really good what you're doing, maybe your job, maybe your hobby is something that you have brought up to a really high level, but it's never really perfect. I think there's always room to learn something new. The world changes so fast that there is new information, there are new methods, there are new technologies. And if you think about that, then you never get to the point where it is like 100% perfect. Now, it took me quite a while to realize that. And I know that development, I know that learning, I know that these things are very important to break down that wall of fear that I myself had. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of people out there have the same experience. They have maybe small fears, maybe big ones that they have not yet identified. But as they take the path, as they start walking the road they are supposed to walk in their lives, because there are certain things why we were born, what we need to achieve, what we need to create. And once we realized what our passion is, that's exactly what we need to deal with. That's exactly what we have to do. That's exactly the field where we need to improve the most, because that just comes natural. That just comes easy. And the walls that are on that path will be much more easy. It's going to be more easy to break those walls down. Now, here's another thing. First, you have to identify that wall. And you might have the question, how exactly you can do that? And I'm sure that there are things you would like to do in your life, some things that you would like to achieve, you would like to experience. We can talk about goal setting if you wish. So if you set those goals for yourself, you will realize that in order to achieve that, in order to reach that goal, there are certain steps you have to take. And with each step, there is a task. With each step, there comes a fear that you need to break down. With each step, there is a wall. And if you know what that wall is, you're just going to be able to work towards bringing that wall down. You might take small steps, and you might remember in one of my earlier videos I was talking about the ice cube metaphor, that it takes a while for the ice cube to melt, and it takes maybe 10 degrees, and then abruptly it just happens. It melts. And this is exactly the same how it goes with the wall breaking. Okay, so you work on it. You maybe use that hammer. Maybe a small plaster comes off. Maybe the brick is cracking. Maybe, and then suddenly you realize that, hey, you have already done enough practice. Because practice makes perfect, right? You have done enough practice to break that wall down. And you feel that the thing that you were really practicing comes natural to you. And what can come natural to you? Communication can come natural. Maybe showing yourself to the world can come natural. Maybe just the fact that you step outside your home and you say, hey, I feel safe and confident here. Maybe that is what you have achieved through breaking down that wall. But there's going to be a next one. There's going to be a new fear. There's going to be, something else that you have to work with, something else that you need to think about and break down again. And this is the great thing about life, at least the way I am looking at my life, that there is always something new that I can think about, something new that builds my, hopefully, personality. And there's always something new that can help me see things different. And of course, if you think about changes, and I also believe that you're here because maybe you would like to change something in your life. And if that's who you are, then these changes are going to improve anything that is in your life. Because just look at it this way. If you can fight one of the fears that you have, it's going to affect the other parts of your life as well. For example, when I was doing photography for the first time, well, let me tell you, I find technology super difficult. So when I had to learn about all these details about how to set my camera, I was just saying, okay, well, maybe if I just put it on automatic, then it's going to do everything for me and I can only focus on the composition and that's it. Well, now I do not do it this way. Now I try to set everything myself because it has been a process. It has been a process of figuring out how shutter speed works and how I want to do the exposition, what exactly I would like to come out of that picture, how exactly I would like to put the details together. I can already see now what the outcome of the whole process is going to be. But let me tell you, I didn't start that way. First, I didn't even have my own camera. I only had my mobile phone. And then a very good friend of mine was lending his camera to me just so that I could experiment with it. Practice, right? And just figuring out your way in the process and where exactly you would like to get. So I had to break down all those walls in connection with technology. I was so afraid, for example, that I would just do something bad to his camera because it wasn't even mine. And what if? And then, he was just assuring me that, there's not much you can do as a bad thing to a camera unless you drop it, right? But I just made sure I wasn't dropping it. But as far as the setting goes, you cannot do anything bad to the machine itself. The end result might not be what you wanted to see, but then again, you can start anew and you can take another shot, you can do another setting, and then you're going to achieve the result that you really had in your mind and the result that you really wanted to see as an outcome. So, I would like to encourage you to realize what exactly your walls are and break those walls down by taking those very small steps, those small moments while you hammer the wall and the bits and pieces come off. And it's just going to be incredible. It's just going to be absolutely unique and an amazing process, an amazing journey. And what you will feel on the way, that you are just changing. You're becoming a better person. You're becoming a person with a better knowledge, a better understanding of certain things. And you will realize that while you are changing, your environment changes and the way your environment sees you. And I just know for sure that your energy level is going to rise and you will experience all the best things in the world. Now, if you don't know how to get started, if you don't know how to start this process, there are two things you can do. Well, maybe you can read self-help books, or you can ask a person who would mentor you. Or if you live in Hungary, or if you live somewhere in Europe and you'd like to ask for the help of a person who is just really incredible and who can start this process for you just by listening to him, then I'd like to invite you to an event in Budapest. I'm going to be there, and I'm very excited to listen to Mark Aceta, who is an incredible, a legendary and iconic person in the field. and he's going to talk about how exactly to ignite this process. He's going to give ideas about what exactly to do and how to step on this path and how to get to the end result as well. It's going to be an incredible meeting. It's going to be an incredible event. So if you're interested in meeting him in person, let me know, and I will help you get tickets at an extremely good price. It's discounted at the moment. That's why I'm super excited about this as well. And if you'd like to join him and learn from him, I'm going to put his name in the chat so that you could do some Google search and find out who exactly he is. So here again, I would like you to find your walls and get rid of all your fears and break down those walls and just, make your life wonderful and start enjoying what it has in store for you.